Another day, another story. Puberty is a natural biological process that marks the transition from childhood to adolescence. Have you subscribed our channel? We have helpful videos for your daily life. So click the red bell button and be a part of Knowledge and Human. To see how you can make yourself better person every day. It's a journey, so let's begin. Puberty involves a series of physical, hormonal, and emotional changes that prepare an individual for reproductive maturity. While the timing and progression of puberty can vary among individuals, there are several common signs and characteristics associated with this stage of development. Here are some key aspects. Physical changes. The most noticeable signs of puberty are physical changes that occur in the body. Growth spurt. Adolescents experience a rapid increase in height and weight as their bodies grow. The growth spurt typically occurs earlier in girls, usually between the ages of 9 and 14, and a bit later in boys, generally between the ages of 11 and 16. Development of primary sexual characteristics. Girls develop breasts, and boys develop a larger scrotum and testes. The growth of pubic and underarm hair is also common in both genders. Development of secondary sexual characteristics. Girls may experience the growth of pubic and underarm hair, as well as the onset of menstruation, menarche. Boys may notice the growth of facial hair, deepening of the voice, and an increase in muscle mass. Acne. Many adolescents experience an increase in acne or pimples due to hormonal changes. Hormonal changes. The onset of puberty is triggered by the release of hormones, primarily estrogen in girls and testosterone in boys. These hormones are responsible for the physical changes, and also influence emotional and psychological development. Emotional and psychological changes. Among adolescent girls, early puberty is associated with more depressive disorders, substance use disorders, eating disorders, and disruptive behavior disorders. Of those disorders, the clearest and most consistent link is between early puberty and depression in girls, Graeber says. And for many women, puberty seems to be a key period in the development of depression. Alongside physical changes, puberty is accompanied by emotional and psychological changes. These may include mood swings, increased self-awareness, heightened emotions, and developing a sense of identity. Sexual and reproductive development. Puberty is the period when the reproductive system matures. Girls start to ovulate and become capable of becoming pregnant. Breast development. Girls' breasts begin to develop, and nipples may become tender or sore, while boys begin producing sperm and become capable of fathering a child. Erection and ejaculation. Boys start experiencing spontaneous erections, and may have their first ejaculation, release of semen. It's important to note that the age of onset and the pace of development can vary among individuals. If you or someone you know is experiencing concerns or difficulties related to puberty, it's advisable to consult a healthcare professional who can provide guidance and support. Top of form. Emotional and mood changes. Hormonal fluctuations can lead to mood swings, increased emotional sensitivity, and irritability. Body image. As you get older, you may take more notice of how you look. During puberty, you may feel especially self-conscious and compare yourself to others around you. However, there is no perfect body, even if that is what social media and advertisements try to tell you. Look at your friends and family, they all look different from each other. And everyone comes in different shapes and sizes. Fitting in. Puberty is a process launched when the pituitary gland releases hormones that signal the body to amp up production of the sex hormones estrogen and progesterone, in girls, or testosterone, in boys, triggering the development of secondary sexual characteristics. It's common at this stage of development to desperately want to fit in with your peers. Beyond the physical transitions that come with puberty, there are emotional and social changes as well. Pubescent kids are starting to think about their identity, who they are, what they like, who they're attracted to. They may have overwhelming feelings, moodiness, and outbursts. Their relationship with their parents may become strained. Understanding the risks associated with early maturation is complicated. After all, early puberty isn't a single event, it's a process that can last 4 years or more. The things happening in the first year may be very different than those in the last year, says Mendel. As children develop physically, it changes how they think about themselves and how people relate to them socially. says Jane Mendel, Ph.D., a psychologist at Cornell University. Sandra L. Whitehouse, Ph.D., a clinical psychologist at the Child Mind Institute, explains. With precocious puberty, they don't have the executive functioning or self-control that would allow them to manage their intense feelings. It's like a car where the accelerator is fully online, but kids can't reach the brakes or steering. How do my relationships with others change? As you mature, you may want greater independence from your family and have more interest in hanging out with your friends. You may want to spend time with mixed gender groups and may even want a romantic relationship. If you don't feel any interest in romantic relationships, you may have other interests like sport or music. Or you may prefer spending time with groups of people. This is also quite normal. As a parent, how can I stay connected with my teen? If you are a parent of a teen, you may notice they are seeking independence from you as they go through puberty. This is very normal, and you can encourage them to take safe and supported steps to independence. Don't forget to subscribe your favorite channel. Stay blessed. Thanks for watching.